All right, what is up, everybody? It is a beautiful Friday, and I, for one, have never been happier to load in to MTG Arena and not have to play draft. For months, you guys, we have been loading in every day and going down into the cardboard coal mines and coming up slightly sadder. Ever since Bloomborough was released, ever since... No, we liked Ixalan. Except for all the bastards with dinosaurs that beat us for free. Troper, thank you for the tier 1 Twitch sub for 7 months in a row. Welcome back to the dog home. Oh, Mauled streaming. Oh, Bloomborough. No, here's the thing. It's standard. We're not paying drafting ashes and leaves. Nico, we are playing standard ranked. But we are using a deck that is, I think it's like 80% Bloomborough cards. And this is what I was most excited about Bloomborough doing, which is it's heavily influenced constructed gameplay. Particularly with aggro, there's a mouse standard deck going around as well. But this is a Rakdos Lizard aggro deck. It took us from... I mean, I hadn't played Standard in a very long time, so I was in Bronze 4. It took us from Bronze 4 to Silver 2 in like 90 minutes on Wednesday or something. Part of my gut, thank you for the Twitch follow. Welcome to the doghouse, my friend. Yeah, we can keep this. Pardon my gut, thank you for that tier 1 Twitch sub. Welcome to the dog home, my friend. I appreciate that generosity. Acriel, how do I sign up for a roast? So it is through Patreon, but they are not available this month. I am reworking some things with them. So they will be available in some form next month. But right now, you sign up through Patreon, but you can't get them at the moment. John Michael, thank you for the kind words. I put an embarrassing amount of thought into it, and so I am glad that you all enjoy it. Beefcake, thank you for the 10 gifted subs, my man. Welcome to Dog Heaven. Well, welcome back to Dog Heaven. Regularly generous person, Beefcake. And pardon my gut, thank you for the 1000-bit cheer. My favorite short content with Can They Get It? I've finally got finances, so it's going to you. Welcome to Dog Heaven as well, pardon my gut, and thank you very much. I'm glad people like the Can They Get It. Still able to sign up in advance, yeah. When they come back, it will be, yes, when they come back, you'll be signing up ahead of time. Oh, this is honestly truly disgusting. Hop to It is just such a disgusting card. Okay, so let's see how they block. Yeah, we can live with that. We're a little land screwed, which is dangerous, but this deck can usually work it out. That said, I'm still very new to playing this deck, and so I certainly may have needed to mulligan. Oh god, it's Selesnya Convoke? Oh boy, I think we just lose. Yeah, we lose. There's nothing we can draw from there that stabilizes against 12? Yeah, 12 power on board. Cran21, thank you for the Twitch follow. Welcome to the doghouse. Do you think they named Hop to It after the fame of Hawk Twa? No, Dolphin Spaceship. I do not think the Wizards design team was inspired to make Hop to It after they heard a blowjob joke. What's the deck about, a little snack? It is, it's lizard aggro, basically. This hand will definitely work. The only non-Bloomborough creature is Jasper Flint, and he's still a lizard. But he is our mid-range, we've kind of gassed out option. because he will let us just steal stuff from their deck, and you can really regularly get Jasper Flint triggers that let you exile 5 cards off the top of someone else's deck. You're gonna make these guys have a reptile dysfunction. Dread9, timeout. Dread9, timeout, buddy. Troper, no, we're not banking them, but I will be doing mass refunds for them since they won't be delivered. I bet Richard Garfield would have loved dick-sucking memes. Okay, so this one I'm not going to keep. This deck really loves 1 and 2 drops. And this 2 drop only does something if we have a 1 drop. This is still bad, but I believe in it more because we at least have a 2 drop. Oh, and God, we're against another aggro deck. This hand is probably too slow, but I think mulliganing to 5, we may as well just shoot ourselves in the dick anyway. Am I about to lose to Boros Voltron? I'll let him go for 1 more turn. If they keep Voltroning this thing, we'll shoot it, but otherwise, with the life gain from multiple Valley Rock Callers, we super can't. What in the heck? What in the Sam fuck is going on in this deck? Okay. I don't like them having Squee. This is only 2 damage. And so I'm much more confident that we can... I'm confident we can stabilize against this as long as it doesn't get too much bigger. Oh, we've got a random Smasher Pass. Let's see what we get. No. No, somebody else beat me to it, but no, it's going to be a pass for me. Pardon my gut. Thank you for gifting a tier 1 sub. Welcome to Dog Heaven, my friend. I appreciate that generosity. I super don't... This is an incredibly weird deck. I super don't trust you, so we're going to hand rip you. I have a headache. I don't know. I guess I'll get rid of the card draw. I don't know what they're cooking, but it's horrifying. I mean, we're in silver, pardon my gut. So we're still seeing, like, we're now playing against the people who do want to win, but many of them are trying to win with jank. That's not something I wanted them to draw. Yeah, we definitely need to chunk Rodeo. Now, thankfully, this means Valley Rock Caller is going to get through for free. And now we need to spend a turn not dying. And if we get if we gain 6 a turn, can we let them cook, or do we have to keep chumping? Yeah, like, I'm not gonna die to this. I know they can't cast this yet. They have nothing for me to rip. Can we... I think going down... Yeah, because every life we lose, we get back twice from the rock collars. And so it does make sense for us to ping ourselves now that we have more... Yeah, now that we have more chump blockers. Flavio, Lightning Strike doesn't matter because I know their hand's empty, and we were going up to 10 before it got back to their turn. Also, Panzer Ninja, thank you for looking out for my health with that drink water redeem. Get clapped, Risen. Now we're almost out of silver. Oh, Troper, you're booting up ARAM? Good for you, buddy. Rest in piss, but good for you. We are almost to gold, and gold is going to be that magical transition point where people are using, everybody's using net decks, but everyone's playing them badly. Gold is our ultimate home, where it's just all people that that Googled the deck list and then completely fucked it up. Whose Lizard Brew is it? Somebody on Reddit. I don't remember their name. I think we keep this, but I do think we play Vine Lasher on turn 1. We Vine Lasher turn 1, and then we use the damage on turn 2 to get Gecko mana to either kill something or cycle away something. I already have one piece of removal. Double removal is for cowards. I'm just going to get to... I think it's better for our deck to... What am I even talking about, bro? Never mind. Never mind. I'm just thinning my deck. I knew it was on top. Deserac, thank you for the Twitch follow. A little snack. Would I ever do videos about upgrading precons? I've thought about it. I've been extra busy at my day job as of late, and so I've been trying to stay focused on, like, Whimsy maxing. Oh, Jesus God, a mouse deck? Okay, well. I'm gonna let them buff this or whatever they want to do and then go for the throat. Christ above. Yeah, that thing has to go immediately. What's up, Akari? Okay, good. Get that other manifold mouse the fuck out of my face, please. Mauled, would you rather win every game but always play with green, or never win but never face green? It depends if it's mono or not. There's plenty of green splashes I'm down with playing with. I love Jund. Neither option feels particularly good because I don't care that much about winning. Like, I'm not a... You know, my favorite mode is Commander for a reason. You don't pick Commander if your main priority is to win at this game, or at least you shouldn't. So I don't know how to answer it because, like, winning every game of Commander I play sounds bad to me. That also sounds like a bad option. Never winning also sounds pretty bad to me. Like, both of those are bad outcomes. Yeah, you can have the 2 damage, bro. Whatever you need. Whatever you need, brother. Get it in. Oh, shit. He's gonna do, like... I forgot about... Yeah, Might of the Meek. Get that 4 damage, bro. It's all you. Get that 6. Cast another. Who cares? Hell yeah, man. Go off. God damn, dude. Okay. I mean, it having double strike is gonna prevent us from ever doing from ever trading with it meaningfully, so we just have to race and hope that we're God's favorite little prince. God's quality control needs work. Thank you for the Twitch follow, and yes, the fuck it does. They might just kill us on this turn. The math, you just gotta count to 7, bro. The math isn't that hard. Thank you. Yeah, good job. I love when choices matter. The Jund deck I face the most in Commander is probably Lord Windgrace. Yeah, I mean, mass land destruction is a different animal. Das Slothman, thank you for the Twitch follow. Welcome to the Doghouse, my friend. Jacob, I don't know. I mean, like, that's the thing about... That's why I don't take competitive Magic seriously, is precisely because of how much of a thing flooding and mana screwing is. It's just like, it just seems like an impossible thing to be emotionally invested in. Tequila Werewolf, thank you for the Twitch follow. Welcome to the Doghouse. So we will get, I think the lands we play is we get Thrawn Portal in second, even though it'll cost us a life, just to avoid ever having a tapped land. I feel like that's technically optimal. Okay. If they're on blue, I think we go Gev. Oh god, it's all the... We're only playing against... We're only playing against Bloomburrow constructed decks right now. And I think we start rock collaring next turn. Werewolf, hey Mald, if they made a League of Legends secret lair, who would you want to see pick as a commander? Oh, I don't know if I would play him, but ooh, no, we're gonna rock collar. I should have laid the village down first. So I don't know if I would play him. One of my mains is Yone, and then my original main is Nasus. But Nasus would be like impossible to have be a enjoyable commander for anybody, because for those of you that don't know, in League of Legends, oh shit, in League of Legends, Nasus's gimmick is that he can scale infinitely. And I don't think there's any cool way to make infinite scaling a thing. Yeah, Vertigo, Nasus would be some type of like experience counter thing, but I just don't think they could get the scaling right. Like, I think it would either be so slow that he would be unplayably bad, or it would be so quickly that it was basically pointless to play against him. Alright, and then we just rock collar it up. When we get a third rock collar down, basically nothing they do matters anymore. Yeah, like they're gonna swing for 4, and that's super cool. And then we're gonna swing back for 1 million. Yeah, what, you got a counterspell? Dope. My creatures have menace, and I drain for 6 on attack. 316, thank you for the Twitch Prime sub. I appreciate those Bezos bucks. Welcome to the dog home. And Akari hit me with that rant topic. Bloomburrow being in the same standard rotation as Leggy Chair, aka Roaming Throne. I don't know if I play enough standard to have a legitimate guess on how that is balance wise. I don't think it fucking matters because Roaming Throne is so soft and constructed. Like, compared to something like Sheoldred, I think you... Hold on. Real quick. Yeah, what if you just lost, bro? Like, I think trigger doubling for 4 mana in standard is a totally reasonable thing. I think like Leggy Chair is... Hold on, let's go to the tape for anybody that doesn't play with Leggy Chair. Stuff like this is exclusively meant to make commander games unbearable. The doubling your triggers off of creature types, like spending 4 mana to double your triggers, is, I think, a very bad idea, because most standard decks that are doing most standard decks that are racist and are focusing on creature type stuff are aggro. Like, we have Otter Prowess that we just played against, we have the Mouse aggro deck, and we have this Lizard aggro deck. And in all of those decks, when you have access to 4 mana, at that point, you are trying to do something more impactful than double the rest of your triggers. And it costs so much mana that there is a real opportunity cost to having it in the list. Like, I don't think... We can look at this deck. I am not positive this deck runs any 4-drops. Yeah, we have not a single one. And I think in almost every situation, we would rather draw one of our 3-drops than draw Roaming Throne, unless we specifically had, like, oops, all Rock Callers, and even that would non-bow with the rest of our deck, because the rest of our deck is Lizards. And so I think, like, cards like Roaming Throne in general, to me, signify the overall tactical failure that is designing specifically for Commander. Also, Gilmain, thank you for the tier 1 Twitch sub for 6 months in a row. Happy half-year anniversary, my friend. Welcome back to the dog home. You sure about that? Willing to put a gift sub on the line for it? No, because I'm... Okay. So, Ikari, if we were going to have a fair determinant, a fair competition to determine if a deck was truly better, we need to play a best of 100. Otherwise, we are basically flipping a coin. You can, we can do best of 3, best of 5, whatever. Anything short of best of 100, you are flipping a fucking coin in terms of determining which deck is better or worse. So, like, I believe you that the list rips. I don't think it rips strictly because of Leggy Chair. There are plenty of times in this Lizard aggro list that, like, oh hey, if we had Leggy Chair here, yeah, it would go crazy. But that's because the list rips anyway. Alright. Now y'all about to see some shit. Y'all are about to see some shit right here. Black. We are about to pay a shitload of life to make them poop their pants. What's up, Corey? Gallows, yes, even 100 is a pretty low sample size for how variance dependent this game can be. So we're about to... God, we're about to lay down some bullshit. Let's do black here. So they've lost life. Let's see, what's the best thing you've got in this hand? Railway Brawler, Sky Strike Officer. They've got some Seasons. They have 3 mana in hand. I'm gonna hit their ramp because I think we can kill them. I think we can kill them before they draw the lands necessary to hardcast all that stuff. Brawler is a pretty insane card, but a lot of the things we are gonna win with have menace. And so even if they put down one big threat, who cares? I feel like saying it's a coin flip unless it's best of 100 isn't realistic. I mean, a barely coherent pile of draft chaff is definitely worse than this net deck, for example. That is true. I should have specified that it's basically a coin flip if you have decks that are in the same zip code as each other. Matchups that are incredibly one-sided, like archetypes that just fold each other, you can tell much quicker because the win rate is so drastically asymmetrical. But in decks that do not hard counter each other and are remotely of the same quality, variance's thumb is on the scale so hard that it's difficult to tell even in a best of 3 or a best of 5. But yes, if you take a pile of draft chaff and play it against like a Pro Tour list, yeah, you don't need a best of 100 to tell. But if you take 2 good decks, you need a lot of games before I would say with any degree of confidence which is better than the other. What's up, Scander? Thank you for coming by the YouTube stream. We're also streaming on Twitch, where chat is typically a little more active. If you want to say hi to others or just want to see your name up on the screen. I recently started playing Arena, and I now understand Mald's hatred towards green. Yeah, dog, it's bad. It's a tough time out here. We're going to set up the raw collar turn again. And then we're going to get, like, we're going to vomit our whole hand and punch them for nearly half their life. Yeah, and now we're on lethal, right? They have 2 land. So, like, tell me how Roaming Throne goes right here. Tell me how it goes. You need Soul Ring for that shit. Evergraying Beard, thank you for the Twitch follow. Welcome to the Doghouse. Night Sea, personal question, has Mauled read the Duskmourn stuff yet? No, but I will have some stuff to announce about Duskmourn regarding my sponsor next week. Soul Ring's banned in Standard, right? I don't know if it's banned, but it's certainly not in rotation. Corey T, thank you for the Twitch follow. Welcome to the Doghouse. Right as we reach gold, home of all the other terrible net deckers. So this is, again, gold is like the first point you have to even play Magic, period, because now we need to win more than half our games to advance. In bronze and silver, you get more pips for winning than you lose for losing. MTGA standard climbing, you're a far more patient man than I am. I got to max tier once months ago and never again. I've never been a real grinder, but there's a Bloomborough list that I like, and so I'm a Bloomborough draft hater, but I am really impressed by all of the standard lists for it. And so this is really just, I want to play Lizards. Oh, you still get 2 per win in gold. Oh, so it is plat. Jesus. Yeah, I'll discard one of these. I don't want to drop both my lands. We'll get Gev out. So there, some people really think 8-Rack is back because of Bandit's talent. It's super not, but they believe it.
Enough with the mysteries. I've come for
Yeah, sure, I'll lose a 1-2. What do I care?
Haven't you ever heard of personal space?
And now I have... God, Gev is just so fucked up when the lizards are breedable. I still think Thought Stalker is the weakest thing we have. Yeah. If they're willing to trade this guy away, then we're okay with trading Gev at this point, because he's kind of done his job, and we want to stop them from being able to refill their hand. Is Seamless Co-op updated to work in the Onion Ring DLC? I don't know, Tetrunes. My girlfriend and I have to get back to playing Seamless Co-op. Yeah, let's make you dump that. Boy howdy, am I glad we made them dump that. Boy howdy. Given your thoughts on variance, how does pilot skill factor in? So it certainly matters, right? Because gambling is skill based. There are good gamblers and there are bad gamblers. I just view Magic the Gathering as... I view the skill expression of Magic the Gathering as more akin to gambling than it is to something like tennis. And that type of skill expression just doesn't interest me. That doesn't make it an illegitimate form of skill expression. It's just like, as soon as that's how we're expressing skill, the part of my brain that is competitive and wants to win fully turns off when variance is such a significant part of the equation. But pilot skill is still a very meaty part of the game. It still matters quite a bit. And Akari says it's like 60%. I would agree with that. I really don't. I've never engaged with the game deeply enough to give it a to put a hard number on it. But pilot skill matters. It matters a different amount based on the deck you're playing. I'm only playing this deck because the creator says there's a lot of choices you have to make. The pilot skill does matter quite a lot in this deck, and I prefer games where pilot skill, or I prefer decks where the pilot skill does matter. But overall, if I was trying to engage with something in a truly competitive way, I would much rather play something where pilot skill accounted for 90+% of my outcomes, or really realistically like 99% of my outcomes, rather than half or maybe slightly better than half of my outcomes. Ziokage, thank you very much for the Prime sub. Welcome to the dog home, my friend. I appreciate those Bezos bucks. Right, like in this game, there's not really a different decision either of us could have meaningfully made, or I don't think like ordering any of our decisions differently would not have does this matter? Because if we kill them, we can crack back. Yeah, I think if those things swing, we can crack back for more than it would be if we just tried to force it through. Yeah, but for the most part in Magic, your decisions matter so much less than people think they do. A lot of the talk about how much pilot skill matters is, in my opinion, copium to help people deal with the fact that so little of the game is within their control. Like, it's just a way, it's just internal messaging they tell themselves, because otherwise it's so incredibly frustrating to try to exist in a mindset of like, I'm in the ultimate control of my destiny, and also here's 8 lands in a row. And so for me, the answer to that is don't take it seriously. Right now I am just pulling a lizard-based slot machine, and I think it's a pretty good ratio if in 1 in every 10 games you have a meaningful decision. Because I think the rest of the decision points that people talk about in games, it is so glaringly obvious what the right decision is that it's not worth, like, it is what's the right word? It is disgenuine to hold it up as a meaningful decision point. It's like, oh yeah, I could not swing here, and I could also shoot myself straight in the dick on my turn. I could also just concede on my turn. Then yeah, sure, it's a meaningful decision point, but realistically, Magic games have, like, I could play a swamp instead of Black Cleave. Like, I could do swamp, and then play my Black Cleave Cliffs tapped, and that is technically a decision, but it could more accurately be described as a big fucking mistake. And that's how 90% of every Magic game goes, is it's really just if we both don't make mistakes, we could have flipped a coin, or we could have, depending on our decks, right? We could have flipped a coin, or we could have flipped a weighted coin. ZKane15, thank you for the Twitch follow, and Ziokage, thank you for the Twitch follow. Welcome to the doghouse. But enough of my bitching. Let's resolve Laughing Jasper Flint and rob these people. I am very excited to play more of the Elden Ring seamless co-op with my girlfriend. Like, not having the game session end just because you both die is so beautiful. Did I just rip? Yeah, like, look at this and tell me... Look at this and talk to me about pilot skill. Oh, see, like, here I made a mistake. Like, here I should have played Fireglass Mentor first. And then if I exile the land, I would be able to play it. But that's not, you know, that's not a pilot doing something. That is... that's me failing to read. Alright, now have they read Hired Claw? That's a no. See? That's not pilot skill. That is the English literacy rate going down. And now I'm going to get another round of Jasper Flint. Ooh, spicy. Okay. I think I kill this guy anyway. I think I play that. And then I think I just... boom, boom. Purple Poipus, good to see you, my friend. What's up? Oh yeah, Duke. The complexity creep in Magic is insane. Cards used to have 1 to 2 lines of text. They now have the collected work of Shakespeare on a common. Yeah, just look look at my fucking board. Everything has a squishy little paragraph. Yeah, that's fine. Probably could have gotten a kill if I cast Astronil. That is true, and that is Slimime. That is just me making a mistake again, right? I'm failing. I am failing to read one of the collected works of Shakespeare, and the collected works of Shakespeare would have made my hired claw triggers lethal. No, my guy. Damn, bro. It's just lightning helixes all the way down. Kat, how many matches do you think you've won with this deck? I think it's around 15. We've only played it this stream and last. Truly, the fact that they have to decide whether to swing or not is... Oh, that's catastrophic for you, buddy. When I want to quench that competitive thirst, what do you turn to? Well, for a long time in my life, I turned to rowing. I tried to make the U.S. national team and, copium, but I was very close multiple times. I'm a multiple-time national champion in that. And that was very much like 100% of my outcomes were determined by how I did. Now, if I'm doing it in games, I would say I probably, honestly, League of Legends, but I don't place that. I try to place not as much importance on whether or not my team won the game, and I try to place more importance on if I'm trying to play competitive, which is not always or not even often. I place the importance on how I did in the individual mini games that make up League of Legends. So like I can still have a good game if my team loses, and I can still feel good about that as like, did I play competitively? That said, League is also not great as a competitive outlet because you depend on 4 other people. I didn't drop more than 15 axes. I nailed it today. Troper, I've unironically thought that to myself. I have unironically thought, damn, I only dropped half of my axes today. That's really sick of me. That is truly hot nasty of me. So I can't double do this. I can. This is only as a sorcery. I'll keep Fireglass back, but I'll force him to say what's up with all these. Oh yeah, Troper, hit me with that rant request, please. What's your opinion on the class cards in Magic? I love them. Is there ever a situation in which the Simic game actions bird we hate would actually be fun to play against? I truly do not think so. I truly do not think there is. Yeah, but guys, you're overlooking the fact that if we won that turn, we wouldn't get to play more lizards, and we wouldn't get to play with our food. But is there ever a turn, or is there ever a game in which it would be fun to play against Nadu? And the answer is hell no. This card, I think this is it really is. Wizards of the Coast designers are never more blind than they are to something that is one colorless, one green, and one blue. They've done it with Oko, they've done it with Uro. But just like Oko, I think this is a clear case of, in their testing, they 100% missed what the gameplay loop was going to be. 316, I always thought Nadu would be a really cool battle trick commander, but it's such a terrible way to play it. I think they thought that's how it was going to be played. I think they took this thing into testing, and everybody said, oh my god, giant growth is viable now. And they said, that's sick, bag it, tag it, put it in the packs. And nobody thought about how out of hand it was going to get with Shuko and Lightning Greaves and Nantuko Thistle Spring. And to some degree, well, not to some degree, to a huge degree, it is the fault of the corporate overlords. Things have to come out so quickly, and development schedules are so squished that stuff like this is only going to happen more and more and more as they are less able, or in some cases totally unable, to actually put it through the paces of real gameplay testing, as Duke Vulture is talking about, and they just have to theory craft what they think people are going to do with these cards. There's going to be more and more misses, because there's a million ways they could have fixed this. They could have made this only once each turn, would have been better. Making the lands be tapped would have been better. Not putting non-lands into your hand would have been better, although it would have been a little too samey with Explore, so I understand why they have it going into the hand. They could have done the Rot Priest thing of spell only. Like, there were a million ways to make this effectively the same card, but remove the thing that made it broken, if they knew what people were going to do with it. And to me, that screams we didn't know what people were going to do with it. And that is exactly what happened with Oko, is they were like, holy shit, you can use this on opponents? That junk is crazy. And then Joe Salsa, yes, you can redeem the viewer game if you would like. Drawing could honestly be better too, as many cards punish draw effects. That is also true. Forcing them to draw, you could have, like, it might have made the sequencing, I'm not confident that it would have made the sequencing difficult enough to potentially deck themselves. But yes, there were a million things that could have been different. Okay, this is for sure a Flint saves the day for us game. I mean, balanced, it's in Simic, you could still flicker it and loop the effect. Duke Vulture, that is true, but let's be so for real about how much more honest it would be if you had to flicker it to get this effect going versus having Shuko. Like, we gotta be so for real about how having a big top end, yeah, like, you would at least have to earn it a little bit. All right, let's see if they have removal. If they don't have removal, give me your whole deck, please. Malira is a crazy trauma response. Malira is an absolutely insane trauma response in MTGA Standard. And I'm attempting to get my one commander deck set up in Arena. I need like 20 more wild cards before I can. Once it's ready, I'm using my points. We'll go with God, Anio. It's a 2-mana 3/3. What is this, 1940s? What, are we playing on the Oregon Trail? Come on. It's all about the 1-mana 1/1 today. This person is out of their mind. Arcanus13, thank you for the Twitch follow. Welcome to the doghouse, my friend. This person is straight up nuts. Dude, swing something. I'm just going to life drain you. I do not care. Bean Mayhem, thank you for the tier 1 Twitch sub for 9 months in a row. Welcome back to the dog home, my friend. It's another Convoke deck, dude. It's another Selesnya Convoke deck. How many terrible deck building strategies is Knight Errant of Eos going to cover up? Yeah, dude, let's Convoke it up. Let's do it. ZKane15, thank you for the Prime sub. Welcome to the dog home. I appreciate your Bezos bucks, brother. Thank you for the generosity. I get to choose 2? Oh, rest in piss, dude. What an unfair card. Oh, Troper, are you a Hydro homie? Filling up 6 Nalgenes and 2 Growlers? You're either a Hydro homie or you're diabetic. Those are the only two. We had both. We had both on my rowing team, so I know the struggle well. All right, you know this person is going back to the drawing board and they're going to cut Malira. They're going to cut Malira for something that lets them give themselves hexproof. After getting hit with their stolen Knight Errant. Alright, Joe Salsa, we're going to do our game now. Arctangent1, thank you for the Twitch follow. Welcome to the doghouse. Joe Salsa, what format do you want to do? Do you want to do Brawl or do you want to do Standard? Or really 60 card. If you do 60 card, bring whatever deck you want. I'm playing LizardMaxxing. Yeah, Chip, we... Listen, sometimes this deck is pure cookery, and right there it was one of those. Oh, you sent the challenge. Perfect. Friendly. Hey, brother. All right, we're doing Brawl. Based and Gecko-pilled. Okay, they sent a new challenge. Awesome Capybara, did you fail as a rower because your massive ass weighed the boat down? No, I am actually kind of small for a rower. Well, not small. I'm like very median. When I was competing, I am like 6'4", 210, and that is like super middle of the road. The big guys are like 6'8", and there are competitive people that are like 5'11" or barely 6 foot. So I was super normal. Yeah, we'll keep this. I think we drop... I'm sorry, did you say 6'4" was mid-range? Yeah, it was very like... I would say straight up like... Oh, fuck, I picked the wrong color. God damn it. Oh, no. And now the game might be over because we fucked this up. Yeah, 6'4" was like a healthy amount of people were bigger than me. A fair number of people were the same height as me. And a fair number of people were shorter than me. No, most of my rowing failures were I was a very, very hot and cold athlete, and that lifelinker is going to be a problem because we had to Thrawn portal in a very bad way. I was a very hot and cold athlete, and all of my coaches reinforced that hot and coldness rather than I don't, rather than be halfway fucking reasonable about anything, most of the coaches that I interacted with um, during my time at both high school and collegiate programs would tell me that on the days where I was struggling, it was because I didn't want it enough. And on the days where I was doing good, it was because I finally decided to pull hard. And so after many years of that, you get a very like messed up idea of the competitive spirit. Oh yeah, Akari, you're a little shorty. Don't feel too bad. That's okay, buddy. We can pull up a stool. Little silly 6'3", buddy. Yeah, that's fine. Good game, Joe Salsa. Back to the fucking mines. So no, I did not fail because my massive ass. My butt's actually a little bit small for rowers. My muscular failure was almost always in. I had a weak core for sure. I was one of those stereotypical like weak core rowers. Oh, this is gonna be funny. Yeah, turn 3's all right. Turn 3's gonna be funny. Sure, Joe Salsa. The BBL win. Shut up. Ooh, this person's aggro may legitimately be better. And then eventually my back gave out because I just kept trying to train super hard. And when your answer to every discomfort is, oh, you need to try harder. Oh yeah, that's game. All right, they just got the turn. Goddamn, we both had the turn 3 nut, and they got to go first. Mald's back broke from carrying the team. Unfortunately, viciously untrue. I went to the University of Washington, which is one of the best colleges in the country for rowing. If I had been on anything other than a D1 team, that might have been true. I was like mid as fuck at UW. I still won a national championship because UW was so much better than everyone else. But I was like downright okay. I do think we want to get... Yeah, we want to get Vine Lasher down turn 1. I mean, Nightseed, I wouldn't say my coaches were bad at dealing specifically with people with ADHD. My coaches were terrible at actually developing athletes that weren't already like Olympic caliber. If you give them athletes who are already like one of the best in the world, then they're great. If you give them anything but that, all they know how to tell you is, well, why don't you pull harder and row better? But the demand, like the number of people that are willing to go into that wood chipper is so high that you will get enough supply that you can have that war of attrition and still get 8 really fast rowers, which is what you need for a varsity 8. And so that was how it went. It was definitely very bad for the neurodivergent, but it was also really bad for the neurotypical. It was really bad for everybody exposed to it because it was an unhealthy and ineffective way or method of athletic development. Oh yeah, Tequila. Listen, hey, I can yap forever. That's why I do this. You want to do some tradesies, buddy? Like, I remember one time I got pulled into the office with the assistant coach, who I liked a lot more. Oh, hold on. Okay, whenever it deals damage to Obliterator. So how do I think we get around this just by landfalling and threatening a bigger crackback. So it depends on if they have Voltron in this or not. But I remember getting pulled into a meeting where they were like, we have a graph to show you. And oh, this doesn't change too much about my board. And the graph showed how across, they would keep a stack, like a power ranking, like an NFL Combine type thing of all the rowers. And they plotted my rankings over time. And they were like, every time we let you guys train on your own, you go up, you jump like 10 points in the rankings. And every time you come back here, you slowly but surely fall off in the rankings until you're closer to the bottom of the pack again. Get this guy back. And he was like, isn't that weird? Isn't that weird and funny how when we're in control of your training, you slowly become less and less competitive? Oh, we lose deterministically. That's too bad. Why not bring Gev back? We needed the life gain from Rock Collar if we were going to win. We didn't have enough lizards to cast to immediately kill them. And so if we were going to win the back and forth, we needed to be able to swing Rock Collar and like get the 5 life back because they were just holding up such big bodies. Isn't this graph proving that I suck at my job weird? It was, I know, it was super dope. Did that not lead to the realization? Well, no, it was, like, again, because they were still winning national championships, their conclusion from that was that I was a bad athlete. Not that there was anything questionable about the program. Because I was very much an outlier. And so when they looked at the outliers, they were like, oh, you are a bitch. That was what they told me. Not that assistant coach. That assistant coach looked at it and was like, I really don't think the way we program stuff works for you. Maybe we can look into that. And then the head coach was like, you are a bitch and I hate you. Obviously he didn't say I hate you. But he did say I was a bitch many, many times. And so that was their takeaway, was that, well, it's working for other athletes and not you. So you definitely just don't want it enough. That was how they framed it. If the guilds had sports, color combos, not Ravnica guilds, Azorius would play polo for sure. Gruul would play hockey. Rakdos, I think Rakdos would be like kickboxing. Yeah, or I could see Orzhov golf for sure. I do think we want to get some fresh blood in here. Oh, chess is also a good shout for Orzhov. No. Gruul's not football. Boros is football because Boros is the one that has all the dumb made up rules. And that is what Dirk Lasermaster has it right, because Boros is the one where it's like violence but also a bunch of dumbass overcomplicated rules for no reason, and that is American football. Gruel is let's get active. Let's get active and let's do stuff. And that is hockey or Duke Vulture. I will accept rugby, where it's like let's just get the shit done and let's hit each other a bunch. No, Dimir is water polo. Dimir is water polo because the because the entirety of water polo is pretending you're playing a fair game while you kick people in the nuts underneath the water. I know that from actual water polo players, and so Dimir is for sure water polo. And then who else we have? What's Selesnya? I feel like Selesnya is like student government, but not in the like Azoria. Oh, lacrosse? Yeah. Yeah, I could see lacrosse. B Bravo 2, thank you for the Twitch follow. Welcome to the doghouse. I could definitely see lacrosse. It's just like, it's just a bunch of things hanging out. They just want to hang out. I gotta ask, what's the creature that makes everything else a 1/1 on both sides of the board? I don't know what that is. Okay. If we don't hit a land... Oh, humility. Golgari is not rugby, JM Goody. You are... Yeah, you are smoking some cocaine there. Okay. No land, so we're going to do Yeah, we're going to do Mentor because we need to get to a land. Then we'll push some damage. It's Azorius and 4 mana if I remember right. And Azorius, Jesus. An Azorius 4 mana creature that turns everything into 1/1s. Well, we can check Scryfall Advanced. Other creatures 1/1. Godhead of Awe, which is 5 mana, so you were very close. This thing is fucked up. Okay. I'm not 100% we need to kill Mocking Sprite. I would rather... Oh no, we do need to kill Mocking Sprite because it can trade with both our 3/2s. And I would much rather get this 6 damage through than play it safe. What do we want this to be? Let's make it red. Oh yeah, and then we can get this guy down. Shadowmoor was a weird set. Yeah, we did some, listen, we did some stuff in Shadowmoor. We got up to it. Now we may super pay for... Oh no, I'm okay with that. I don't know if I am actually. That's still pretty bad for us. 2. Please a land. Thank you. Okay, so we can... Well, if they don't play a lot of creatures, we just swing them out on our next turn. I'm looking to start paper. Would you recommend paper commander or paper standard? I would recommend paper commander, but I would learn how to play on an online client first. Paper standard, it's going to be much more expensive to stay relevant unless you're playing something like Pauper, which is technically different from standard but is pretty similar. Commander just has a generally broader audience. And you can build some very budget commander decks. If you build a highly budget standard deck, you're just gonna get your ass kicked over and over and over, and it's not gonna be a great time. I think paying 2 life kills you, bro. I don't think you can be... I mean, if you can bounce something, sure, but no. No, dude! You... Now you mathematically die. Do you still have a... Maybe if they still have a land to play. I haven't kept track of land drops. Yeah, that... There you go, so high. I feel like standard is too expensive for what it is. I hugely agree with that. I did hear that they're trying to bring back Grand Prix type events next year, which could be pretty cool. But with the current lack of investment from Wizards in big standard tournaments, yeah, standard is like $200 or $300 for a deck that could become obsolete pretty quickly, which sucks. Are commander cards on Arena? Some are, some aren't. I wish I had a more specific answer than that, but there is not a lot of coherence in terms of what cards are and aren't on Arena. Fjord Sword, thank you for the Twitch follow. Welcome to the Doghouse, my friend. Nilfgaardian, you prefer best of 1 over best of 3? No, I think best of 3 is universally better, but because we're in gold, we're playing against a bunch of really stupid decks that don't matter, and we're an aggro list, and so we are overwhelmingly favored in like, we have an unfair advantage in best of 1, and I would rather make use of that than not. And so once we get into plat and we actually have to play Magic the Gathering to climb, we're gonna switch to best of 3. But while we're just messing around, here in the trenches, I'm gonna keep doing best of 1 for the moment. And no, you can't have... I've been ruined by these too many times. This may be the wrong direction to take it, but previously I have allowed the Heartfire heroes to live and tried to outrace them, and it has universally been a mistake. And so this time, we're not letting them have the Heartfire heroes. I'm gonna have faith in. Don't let it flip. Too late. We're limit testing, bro. It's gold. Who cares? Literally, what even are Magic the Gathering cards again? Look at this fucking dumbass 6 font. That's Hamlet on a hamster. Yeah, that's some Yu-Gi-Oh text. You're on my TV and I can barely read it. I like for a second I really felt my age. Hey, I'm right there with you, Maul. Bring back the Urza block where we had simple text boxes like tap, add blue for each artifact you control. Yeah, let's bring back some good design principles. Squawk, squawk, build strong. Squawk, squawk. Moke, you just learned about the full text lands. Those are very funny. This is a great fucking... Holy God, this is an awesome hand. Holy God, is this a cool hand of Magic the Gathering. Hey, look, it's a mouse deck. Yeah, swing, bitch. You won't. You won't. No balls. I'll swing. I'm not a coward. Okay, not blocking that is fundamentally crazy. Not blocking that is glue chewing activity. Main phase 1. Alright, bro. Pilot skill has nothing to do with this game, bro. Pilot skill doesn't mean a goddamn thing in this game. What do I think of Preston the Vanisher? I don't think I've looked at him yet, so I'm not sure. I think the only hope here is pray to God we outrace, which against mono red is a, you know, not a great hope, but we'll see. Any ideas what I'm going to play when I hit platinum? We're going to keep playing this. We're just going to... We have a sideboard. The person we copy-pasted this deck from made a sideboard guide for it as well. And so we're going to keep playing this. Holy shit, do we get to win now? That's fucking funny. Choices matter, bro. We didn't even look at each other this whole game. We didn't spend a single second interacting with each other. We were just like, this is my card. Do you die yet? No. This is my card. Do you die yet? No. God, do I love the interactivity of playing aggro. Okay. Yeah, I mean, this is sick just for... I don't like a lot of these lands. Oh no, it's the same deck. We got the same shit going on. So I think we go... This will be interesting. Maybe I can get some notes on how to pilot the deck. I can read your card, bro. Maybe I can get some notes on how to pilot the deck from watching them play it. I think them going first is gonna beat us here. Because we're gonna mirror our turns, and they're just gonna kill us first because they got to go first. I think we go Thoughtstalker. If they play Flint here, we Cope and Seethe. If they don't play Flint here, we play Thoughtstalker and hope that they have a Flint for us to get rid of. But if they have Flint, I don't know why they wouldn't play it. Oh no, they're gonna Thoughtstalker us. Alright, how bad do they want to protect their hand? Not that badly. Okay. I think getting this down is more important than anything else, because now we have a 5-4 butt fucking matters against defending this deck. And I'm going to hope and pray that them leaving the hand rip means that they didn't have anything super good like removal. If they had removal anyway, we lose no matter what. Now my list is not playing anything that could combat trick us. So let's find out if theirs is. Maybe they're on like... Okay, they are on Scales of Shale, so we lose from this thing. Nothing we do could bring that game back. And personally, I don't think there's anything to learn there, because Scales of Shale is a fucking terrible card to put in the standard deck. But it does serve you well when playing the mirror match against somebody who has a better version of the deck. And now we wait. Going from reading Magic cards to One Piece cards is like pulling out the Hungry Hungry Caterpillar during a law school lecture. Unfortunately, combat tricks are real and can hurt you. No, they can't. Combat tricks, outside of limited, combat tricks suck dong. And even in limited, they're really, really bad. You should, as someone who loves combat tricks, from the bottom of my heart, my favorite thing to do in a game of Magic the Gathering is, I'm going to try something different. My favorite thing to do in Magic the Gathering is play a combat trick. If you are not playing, I will give you Monstrous Rage in mono red aggro. If you are not playing Monstrous Rage in a red deck wins list, combat tricks are the stupidest shit ever, and they never work out, and you always get blown out for it. We are taking a little bit of a risk here to let them get a turn with Quirion Beast Caller. Kat, we do have a Discord. If you come over to Twitch and type !Discord, it will pull up a permanent invite to the server. Okay. Oh, goodbye to your bullshit creature. And then I will just drain you. I'll give you the bad suck a little bit. And then if we resolve Flint and they don't kill it, we win. Pretty much. Draw 5 every upkeep. Was I simply too EP last stream, or do I remember talks of custom card reviews? You do. Let me go turn that channel point redeem back on. Okay. White bread, that is turned back on. Oh! Okay. I'm assuming the Discord link on your YouTube page also works. Yeah, it should also work. Now that is a card to build your standard deck around. me when I play a 12/12 with trample. Holy shit. We've also got a random smasher pass from Panzer Ninja. Let's see what we have. Merfolk of the Pearl Trident. No, this looks like my 80-year-old Grunkle if he fasted for 2 calendar years. This is... He's got bad posture, unfull lips, no hair, poor wrist control, terrible across the board. Immediate pass. Immediate pass. What those spines do? Poison you, according to Zefter. What's up, Jax? Can we... Yeah, we can make this work. Question for the custom card mold. How do you accept a link to the card? Typically, we have you post them in like Dear Maldhound with a note saying this is a stream redeem so that other people don't get the wrong idea. Jax, Shorakai has been roasted on TikTok. They just still need to get moved over to YouTube. Yeah, username. We're playing the deck from last stream. Although, to make sure we're staying honest, I didn't build this shit. I copied this from Reddit and then spent wildcards on it, which is basically the same thing. Real decks have curves. Oh god, it's another Gruul Big Stuff deck. Bristly Bill, bro. Okay, I'll tell you what. You get one turn with Bristly Bill. But to be fair, you have to give me your whole deck. Yeah, please trade with my little guy. Trade with my little guy and play your other Bristly Bill. Hey Mald, any advice on how to make effective cuts to a list? Oh, shit, a ton. Probably too much to go in depth on. Yeah. Yeah, how about that? Hey, how about this? When you roast cards, do you also think of ways to make it annoyingly fun? I will say, it is, what is this fucking deck, brother? What is this pile of bullshit you have put before me? We got Ruby, we got Anim Pakal, we got Terrians, we have Ans. Yeah. Goodbye. Have a good day. Do you think of ways to make it annoyingly fun? I think a lot of the success of the roasts comes from when I'm mad about stuff. I am quite good at complaining about something in a way that makes it sound kind of based. When I complain about stuff, a lot of the time, I'm very good at wording my language in such a way that everyone is like, haha, yeah, fuck those guys. And a solid 40% of you are like, how much does it cost though? Just out of curiosity, like if I wanted to do that, how much does it cost though? And that's why I'm sponsored now. And so I don't go out of my way to try to make it sound annoyingly fun, but I do my best to legitimately understand how people are playing those decks and how people are using the cards. And from that point, when I hate on stuff, then the like natural presenter type deal of trying to make it sound a little bit based takes over. Ruzbear, thank you for the Twitch follow. Welcome to the doghouse, my friend. Oh god, Dimir. Everybody playing Bloomborough. Everybody's playing this Bloomborough. I want a Vine Lash, but I do think I need to make sure that nothing in your hand is good. Yeah, I think Gix's command is the scariest thing for us. No swings. And then we just big Vine Lash. Oh, did they draw removal? They did. Perfect. Okay. So sick. Because now they leave themselves open for my next Vine Lasher. And then you get punched. We have another land. My biggest worry is that we don't have... Like, is it a winning proposition for us to swing out? Because if we swing... I think it's a winning proposition to swing Gev. It's at minimum a winning proposition to swing this guy. I don't think it's a winning proposition to swing the landfallers because I have... Yeah, like getting rid of that guy and then being like, hey, by the way... Hey, by the way, brother. Oh, you know what I should have done? I should have rock-faced Thought-Stalker. To make that trade a little more frightening. That can't block. I think now I win. My god, man. Hey Maul, just got me the first Mistborn trilogy, getting ready to read it. I just finished, or no, I'm in the middle of rereading book 3 of Mistborn Era 1. I am very happy for you to get your hands on some Sanderson, and I cannot wait to hear what you think of it. But dude, rereading it, so rereading Mistborn, some books, when you reread them, you get to feel really clever because you can pick up on the foreshadowing. Rereading Mistborn has made me feel so fucking dumb. Because the foreshadowing is very good, but in hindsight, feels so obvious that I am just kicking myself in the head over and over that I didn't see. Bean can attest. I think I called... Bean, you can speak to how many I called. I think I got like 1 or 2 of the twists right, but I called like a million shots. And I missed everything but 1 or 2 of them. And then reading it back, knowing what all the hits are, I'm like, oh my god, was I even reading this book? What's it about? So... Mistborn Era 1 is like... Hold on. I have to pay attention to this hand rip. Because this is something that may actually matter. I don't like Brambleguard Captain, but I also think they might draw something much more devastating than Brambleguard Captain if I let them keep Might of the Meek. No, because if they Monstrous Rage and then give it to Brambleguard, I'm just fucked. I gotta stay literate. I gotta stay literate. Yeah, now we just race. And then I do think I take a pain to get 1 permanent damage. Ikari, I have not read the Dark Tower series. I have book 1 of the series, but I haven't read it yet. Oh, if you swing, I might be able to kill you. Yeah, I think I can. Oh, I definitely can. Okay, so they have 10. Or, well, I'm not going to get to full-on murder yet. Come on, man. You gotta read my cards, brother. Now I think they're screwed, because now we hold Go for the Throat, and after they pump up the Monastery, we kill it. Yeah, that's chill, bro. Damn, that's chill. That's so cool. Oh my god, they're cowards. There we go. You said for the custom card redeems, they go in the Dear Malltown chat. Yeah, and just put a little note that it's for a stream redeem. Do I read horror or just fantasy? I've read some horror. I don't read a whole lot, but I've read it. And then recently my life has been stressful enough that I do not want to experience stress in my leisure time. Yeah, 1 username. Let's do your random smasher pass now, and then we have a custom card redeem. Well, let's look at the flavor text. The walls of Argive were built by a peaceful dynastic union that has guarded us against war for 15 centuries. The lesson is clear. I mean, he's big, he's blonde, and he's anti-war. Smash. Smash. Not exactly my type, but come on. I gotta be reasonable at some point. And then we have another random smasher pass from Ricari Gullwing. Silas Wren. No. Juddermang, thank you for the Twitch follow. Welcome to the doghouse. No, because he can't give anything but head, and not with that face, not with that smirk. How do I like playing with the decked out group? They're some of my favorite people in the world. It is always a very, very good time. Iceberg 2106, thank you for the Twitch follow. Welcome to the doghouse, my friend. Let's look at this custom card review. Ariette's Resilient Magics. So 2 mana, well, 2 colorless, and then Esper. When this card enters, return an aura from the graveyard to the battlefield. You may cast aura spells from the graveyard. Cards cast this way cost 1 generic less to cast. I like it. I think that's reasonably fair. No, hamburger. I think this would be a creature. Like, I think this would be a commander, is my interpretation of it. Gilmain, with that personal question, I've not read Steven Erickson. What type of stuff did they do? But Nightsea, yeah. Tell me what card type this is. Intended it to be an enchantment. I think that it's pretty strong, but I do think that this is like, surely this is a commander strength card, which is a good thing. That means that it's probably not overpowered. Casting from the graveyard is good. Capybara, yeah, but you can just reattach the aura when you replay them. You forgot to add Annihilator. Yeah, you forgot to put in all aura cards have Annihilator 27. I do think this is there's a legitimate need for something like this. There's other stuff like this, but it has a once per turn restriction. The only thing I would waffle about is the cost reduction, because there's a ton of aura spells that say draw a card when this enters. And so with like a little bit of self-mill and a dream, you can get to some like really dumb turns with this. But I do think being able to cast them from the graveyard is necessary if you ever want an Esper enchantments deck to ever be worth a damn. So I think overall pretty good. If I saw this at a table, I would not be like, you made that up. There's no way Wizards of the Coast printed this. If anything, I would be like, this is weirdly fair. Is this an uncommon? This is weird. Like, this is weirdly chill. Is this from 1995? This can't be from 2020. Not from this decade. Surely not. It doesn't give you 3 mana when it enters. It doesn't generate 2 mana every upkeep that can only be spent on enchantments, and doesn't empty from your mana pool in between phases. Yeah, too fair. WotC would never print it. But I like it. I like the flavor. I think it fills a hole that has been wanting in Magic. Giggity. We've also got Akari Gullwing's custom card. Roland Deathchain, 6 mana, 4/3 first strike. For 2 white, tap a non-white permanent. 4 white, untap, exile a black creature. We're just going mask off today, huh, Akari? We just rolled up in stream. And said full racism. Rolled up in the stream, said we're going to have the RNC tonight. I think this seems better as a art statement than it does as a functional Magic card, which to some degree seems like your intent. It's certainly not overpowered. This seems like a love letter to the Dark Tower series. All I know about it is that there's a man named Roland, and that he do have guns, and that there's like good and evil. I made it back in 2015. Yeah, when cards were extra fair. BloodRain03, thank you for the Prime sub. I appreciate your Bezos bucks. Welcome to the dog home, my friend. If anything, I think this is too fair and too narrow. I think some of the best cards... Well, it depends if you designed this as a commander or not, but I think some of the best cards are strong and have at least some use cases. And listen, man, I need us all to be so cool when I say this. The use case of this card is I hate black stuff and I dislike non-white stuff. And so it's a very effective... Speaking of non-white stuff... What's up, baby? So somebody sent me a custom card redeem, and it's a creature based on the main character of a book series. But its abilities are 2 white, tap something that isn't white, and 4 white and untap, exile a black creature, and which I'm being told is very lore accurate, very good love letter, but it's not super useful, and it's literally just Tiki Torch Whites the card. It is just the fucking Tiki Torch Whites, but they have a 6-shooter.
Okay. I'm not concerned at all, really.
Anna the cat, thank you for the Prime sub. Welcome to the dog home, my friend. But so I think from the perspective of a love letter, the best love letters Wizards have done typically have this type of flavor, but are still playable outside of being love letters. I don't think this is playable outside of, like, I think the primary use for this card is to show it to your friends and be like, look how cool and dedicated to the lore this card is, and then everybody raises an eyebrow at you and you're like, no, not like that, and then you narrate the entirety of the Dark Tower series, and then they delete the tweets calling you a racist. But I do think it needs, and I don't know enough about Roland Deschain to comment on what this should be, but I think it should change in some way to make it like not totally useless outside of just hardcore racism, just outside of the hardest R you have ever heard. But yeah, I like the creativity for sure. Oh shit, we jackdawing. Yeah, exile creatures regardless of color. And maybe like This is America. Yes, it is the This is America card. This is America should be the flavor text. And if you really want to stay true to whatever the like dark hatred of Roland is, you could maybe make it cost less if it is a black card. Like have some colorless in the cost, or even be like 4 white, exile a creature. This costs 2 white less if it targets a black creature. And then you leave open a little bit more of the stuff. All right, we've got another custom card review. That's all we're doing. I'm fitting in another Lizard game. Hamburger, if you are not already part of the Discord, you are. Copy link. Open link. 6 mana in red, 0/6. Terrible. I'm not reading that bullshit. I will. I'm just gonna play the aggro list first. Have I met Dr. Racism? I heard he hasn't been arrested. No, Inky, I've not met Dr. Racism. What are my thoughts on Steelheart? I don't know what Steelheart is. What's Steelheart? Come on, man. Don't deep cavern my bat. I mean, whatever it is, we just go for the throat and get it back. But we have to take a turn off to do it, which... like, legitimately, this hurts us because it forces us to spend 1 turn killing this fuck-ass bat, which we're not going to do yet. Oh, the first in the Reckoning series. I've not gotten that far yet, yeah. I'm still rereading the rest of the Cosmere. What are your thoughts on best of 3 as a format? Universally better than best of 1. Oh, woof. Okay. I think I have to blow both of my get lost. Actually, I don't think that's true. I think I can wait to see. Just a 3-2 I can outrace. If it's a 3-2 that they're going to get more life gain on, then I need to blow it up. Yeah, goodbye. Lyzon, best of 3 universally superior to best of 1 unless you have to play against idiots, which I currently have to play against because we're in gold. So as soon as we get to real Magic the Gathering, we're going to switch over to best of 3. But for now, we're doing best of 1 gaming because it favors aggro, which we're playing. Black Ammo, thank you for the Twitch follow. Welcome to the doghouse, my friend. Realistically, in Magic, variance is so high that if you want to have like real competitive games, we need to be doing like best of 7. But we're not going to get that. And so since we're not going to get that, you know, best of 3 is better than best of 1. But I also don't take competitive Magic very seriously in the first place. Oh, I should have swung with everything. I didn't realize how low they already were. I've heard some people argue that sideboarding isn't fun, but I honestly really like it. Yeah, those people just want you to let them win. Anybody who's like sideboarding isn't fun, what they are saying, even if they don't know it, is they are saying, "Hey, can I please win actually? Can you just let me beat you, please?" That's crazy that they can't count. Sideboard is super skill testing. That's why I suck at it. And Dogspoon, you're in good company because I am terrible at it too. I've tried. So I played at a couple Pioneer RCQs during the Pioneer RCQ season. And I would always try to sideboard based on what I thought was reasonable to do and then compare it to known sideboard guides after, and I always did it super fucking wrong, and anytime I revisited it following the sideboard guide, it was way better. So I'm also dog shit at it. I am just humble enough to accept that it is like I'm just bad at it. Okay, so 6 mana, 0/6, while SRAM is in the command zone. Whenever one or more creatures that entered the battlefield this turn attack one of your opponents, you get an experience counter, trample at the beginning of each combat. Creatures you control get +X/+0 and haste, where X is the number of experience counters you have. Completely ridiculous. Flat out, we need to invent time travel and stop you from designing this. Eminence is very tricky. And the reason I say this is completely ridiculous is because this card is like, the deck is probably heinously bad without SRAM on the field, and you just fucking kill everybody as soon as it's on the field. And that is a very tough place to try to balance a card from. Because this is, okay, have a bunch of shitty 1-drops with haste or haste creature generators like Urabrask's Forge. Land drop for 6 turns, and then if they don't board wipe you, you Crater Hoof every turn is the upshot of this, which is the it was the first idea I had for what if Eminence only worked in the command zone. I think that is an interesting sentence, but I am not confident that it is a sentence that actually bears out in the design of this game. I think there is something here, but this looks to me like the experience counters feel too easy to get for the payoff being on-demand Crater Hoof. And make no mistake, that is the payoff. And even, I would say most Crater Hoof resolutions don't even end in +6/+6 for everything. Winning through combat needs all the help it can get. I will not agree it needs all the help it can get. I will agree it needs help. However, there is a difference between giving it help and giving it help via a card that is so egregiously feast or famine. I am not opposed to helping red deck wins get some assistance in Commander. I would even be okay with giving this trample. What I oppose is that this deck is dog shit without the Commander resolving, and when the Commander resolves, it's instant lethal. And that is generally too swingy of a design. As crazy as some of the Wizards designs can get, they've pretty much universally owned as a mistake that it's a bad idea to have a deck have no shot at winning without the Commander and just fucking get there as soon as the Commander's laid down, no matter how expensive you make it. Right? You can never balance, hey, it's still a better game plan than Nadu. True, Bar is in hell. But overwhelmingly, like, you could do it to, yeah, maybe only being the Commander. It would probably need to cost a little bit less. You could have it be given to a limited number of creatures. You could have it be, yeah, a certain number of attacking creatures gives the experience counter. Honestly, I think if it's 3 or more, then I think it's unplayably bad. Like, I think the nature of it's the nature of Crater Hoof in the command zone is incredibly difficult to balance the values around because it's a type of effect that shouldn't be in the command zone. Like, if you have to swing with 3 or more creatures to get one, give +X+0 to the number of experience counters you have, I think that's better, but I still think you then need to make it like 2 or more, or you need them to deal combat damage, because then it's too easy to get one experience counter every single turn. Isn't that what Jetmir is, though? Yes, and Jetmir is a fucking mistake. And Jetmir is a fucking mistake that you cannot play at a casual level. And is boring as shit because every Jetmir list is the same thing repeated ad infinitum. It is what Jetmir is, and Jetmir was a bad decision. Because Jetmir falls into the like, everyone who's ever played Jetmir can absolutely attest to the, oh, everybody just shoots my commander in the face as soon as I do anything, because if they don't, they all die. I've played in plenty of Jetmir pods. And see, Owl Knight, I think at the end of turn, if you deal combat damage to 2 or more opponents get a counter, that is then unplayably bad because it's too hard. Because it's then too hard to get the counters. Then you're spending 6 mana to give +1/+0 to everything. Well, yeah, Jenny Faye is decent because token generation is super good. But I really just think Hoof in the command zone is too breakable to be balanceable in any like reasonable frame of math. I think the idea of eminence that doesn't matter once I cast the card is interesting, and there may be something there. I do not think the path to utilizing it is Crater Hoof effect in the command zone. I think that's bad, and I think it's always going to be bad. And on that note, let's do some rating. It's 8 p.m. We're almost to plat. We've almost made it out of gold. As always, accepting recommendations on who to raid. We raided Batty last night, but he has 935 viewers right now. He doesn't need the fucking help. So let's look for any of our other buddies. Let me see if the homie nerd girl is alive. She's not live. Oh, Kuro's on? Yeah. Yeah. Let me go see my son. Okay, guys, you're gonna need to trust me on this raid message. The raid message is, where is Papa? All right? It's where is Papa? And there is a right answer, and we're going to see if Kuro is doing fucking heads up gaming tonight. Here we go. YouTube, thank you for sticking around. That's going to be the end of tonight's stream. I hope you're having a good week. Thank you all for watching, and remember to stay toxic.